Henry Cavill takes a trip down Old Mexico way. This is the Sox Rocker Show. So Henry Cavill, it seems, made a public appearance down Old Mexico way this past weekend for what seemed like promotional spots. And he seemed to be in very good spirits. Hell, there were pics of him with what I assume were his assistants, and a few of him that looked like, well, he was on a boat and... Oh, wait. Holy crap, man. I feel stupid. I'm so sorry, people. Apparently these pictures aren't of Henry Cavill at all, but they're David Cornsweat? As I said, I'm truly sorry. Far be it from me to post any untruths or misleading statements of any kind on this show. I'm not about that, but you can see my confusion here. I mean, no wonder he's been wearing that crappy-ass ball cap, hoodie, and sweats all this time, like he's some kind of leftover extra from the series Fargo. Well, dude looks just like Cavill at times. I mean, if that ain't a Henry Cavill, his old Clark Kent himself doppelganger, then I don't know what is. You know, if I didn't know any better, I would think that this was, well, kind of intentional. A way to soften the blow, if you will. Hey, yeah, we fired Cavill, true, but look, we have a carbon copy and a more cost-efficient version of him. I mean, is that okay? Now, I know some may say, hey, Sox, dumbass, shut up. He don't look like Cavill at all. They both just look like Superman, so keep your trap shut. To which I respond, yeah, okay. But hey, to each his own. I'm just glad they finally had a sighting of him without that ratty-ass ball cap and sometimes hoodie and... Oh, crap. I did it again. It's Cavill. Sorry. Well, so the master of self-post pleasuring himself, little Jimmy Gunn. Hey, little Jimmy. Has started another rumor frenzy by posting a pic of this guy. Yes, that's none other than Mr. Ms. Ms. Spitlick. Yeesh. Whatever, and anywho, Jimmy posted it on his Instagram feed with the caption, guess my name, and that's all it took for everyone looking for something, anything at all related to Gunn's Superman reboot to assume that he's going to be making an appearance in this film. Now, I have to say that it really wouldn't surprise me if Gunn slipped Little Troublemaker in, if for no other reason than to add, well, one more character to his already overstuffed screenplay and to give people, well, a jolt. It's what he does, you see. Remember this guy popping up in Guardians of the Galaxy for real? No real apparent reason? Now, I remember reading Superman comics back in the day with Mr. Mixiez Spitlick in them, and I have to admit, well, they weren't exactly my favorite Superman stories. Kind of like along the lines of when Batman was taking on this little guy, Batmite. They both just seem kind of reserved for Hanna-Barbera's Super Friends to me, and that's not a bad thing, so don't go fire on me with all cylinders if that's what you're into. Me? I liked, well, the darker side of the DC comic world, but to each his or her own, I say. I guess we will have to wait and see what happens, but it does make one wonder if the little imp winds up being in the film. Is this another trip into the multiverse? Or some kind of cross-dimensional thing? I certainly hope not, because I gotta admit, I'm kind of tired of the whole multiverse, time warping, cross-dimensional, let's jump through a black hole and see what happens storyline that both DC and Marvel, well, seem to have fallen into lately. It just seems too damn easy to me, but hey, I ain't no director to be sure, nor am I a screenwriter either, so what the hell do I know? In the end, who knows what's going on in that scary little brain of James Gunn. James Gunn's. This could just be another case of him throwing stuff at the wall to see what kind of reaction he gets and to keep social media talking about what he is working on, and he isn't the only one to do it. You know, leaving the internet breadcrumbs for the world to follow to see if it leads somewhere. I mean, Zack Snyder mastered the process when he posted this little gem. And I think we all know what that led to. In fact, Zach recently posted a new one on Vero recently of Henry Cavill, well, as Superman. Now, what do you think that's all about? It's interesting, to say the least. And while I'm on the subject of social media posts and what Zach's gem led up to, did you happen to see this one? You know this guy, right? No, that ain't Robert Plant. It's Ray Porter, the dude who voiced Darkseid in Zack's Justice League. Well, he threw his support out there with the hashtag #SellSnyderVerse to Netflix. And why the hell not? I mean, why shouldn't an actor who loved what he was doing voice his support to keep the story going? Hell, it makes good business sense to me anyway. Well, apparently it pissed a lot of Gunn disciples off. You know the ones. I mean, how dare he openly voice his own opinion about something he was a part of on social media platform that promotes, well, free speech. Who in the heck does this guy think he is anyways? The freaking Snyderverse is dead. It's gone, bro. Get over it. And it doesn't stop there. Apparently, there have been comments directed his way wishing him bodily harm. What the hell, people? Is it any of that really, truly necessary? Does the combination of Red Bull and Hot Pockets cause a chemical reaction that makes one verbally act out towards anyone who supports, likes, and or appreciates anything associated with Zack Snyder and his work? Because it sure as hell seems like it. This group's toxic. That group's toxic. The whole damn world is toxic. At the end of the day, we're talking about movies here, folks. Yes, I liked Zack Snyder's work, and sure, I would like nothing more than to see him finish what he started while with DC. But I'm not insane. I know that it would take a lot to even come close to even thinking of making that happen. And it's true, I don't care much for James Gunn's work. I fear he's just going to make another Guardians of the Galaxy wearing DC clothing. But, and I'm being sincere when I say this, I could be wrong, and I hope that I am wrong. DC fans deserve success for a change. Not WBD, not David Zaslav and his cronies, not even DC Films or even little Jimmy Gunn himself, but DC fans, period. They've got the short end of the proverbial stick far too long due to upper executives not being able to keep their faces out of what directors set out to do. So if Gunn pulls it off and makes a gazillion people happy, that will be freaking fantastic. Will I be one of them? No, probably not, but I have not nor will not ever wish harm and or death on the man or his family or threaten to come to his home and kidnap his cat. And so that's all I got for today, my friends. If you would care to comment on anything I've covered today, feel free to do so in the comment section down below. And while you're at it, why don't you hit that like button and subscribe so you can catch the next show. As always, thanks for hanging out with me. God bless. Socks out.